Okay, so now we have the yoke taken out. We pulled the Woodruff key out of there. There's the slot there. This is actually the Woodruff key that sits right inside there. All right, and once that's pushed back in, that's what puts the yoke back down on the way. So now we have this is still turning. All right, this is being held in on the other side. So we're going to turn it around. Now we can't get to the caliper screw that bolts that hold the rotor on. So we're going to turn this thing around. We're going to turn this thing around. I think what we ought to do, I think what we need to do is put this in the vise, is what I think. Let's turn this thing around. Let's turn this thing around. And we'll put it right here in this vise so that we have a better way of controlling it. So we'll turn this over here. I have a Wilton vise here that makes things a lot easier. All right, so we're going to put that right in there like that. There we go. All right. So now I already took the other screws out. We're going to go ahead and take the last two screws out. I'm using a Milwaukee impact wrench here. So we'll go ahead and take those out. There's one. There's two. Take that out and that out. And then this will just lift right out. This is going to lift right out. Let me get this out of the way. And here's the shaft. This is the shaft right here. There's an O-ring around the outer ring here. There's a rubber O-ring there. And then here's the nut. Here's the nut that's holding the other side on. So we're going to go ahead and set this aside. We're then going to go ahead. Now they put where they tighten this down. All right, this is the adjustment. You can't go too tight because then you'll grind the bearing. There's little tabs here. This one here, and then there's one here. These need to be taken and pried out. Let me see. I'm trying to get this out for you. This needs to be pried out so that it'll clear. Wow, they really pounded them in there, didn't they? I hate to break the screwdriver in there. A little bit more. And this one. There you got it. Okay, so we have those separated. So now we are able to we got to unscrew the nut now. Just like this. There you go. This is in there. They didn't cram this down because they don't want to screw the bearing in it or nothing up. This just unscrews just like this. So this nut comes off. Here's a big washer, which I got to get a pair of channel locks to get that out. Now we're just going to use these vice grips, just enough to grab it. Got to move this out of the way a little bit. Almost. Just like that. There's your ring. So it's going to go big nut. It's going to go that washer. Here's your bearing. Just like that. There's your bearing. And then we could just go ahead and lift the hub off as such. Oh, maybe not. Is there a washer down there? Nope, we gotta just go ahead and lift this up, turn it around. Let's turn this around. There you go. You can go ahead and this is going to pull right out of here just like that. Look at that. Look at that. And there we go. We have our screws here. We have our shaft here. That's screwed onto there with those Allen wrench screws. So we can set this aside. And then we have our bearing right here. There's our spacer. That's not coming out until we take the rotor off. Yeah, that's really bound down in there. Looks like the bearing's separated. Yeah, we have to take it from the other side. Okay, so there it is. We also have our sockets here that are going to remove those. Let me see. I think it's 7/16. I think it's 9/16. Isn't this something? Wow, they really put these on there. I don't know. There it is. This is 9/16, and that is too big. Try this. Seven sixteenths. And that would be it. 7/16, 12-point socket. You need that for that. And then we can go ahead and remove that all apart. So there it is. We're going to take that caliper off of there, or the rotor. I keep saying caliper. We're going to take that rotor off, and we're going to get things going.